Hello lovelies! This reading is on how does that past lover feel about you now. As always, my intention is for the highest good of all and harm to none, so let's get into things. I do have part of this spread already. I just couldn't get the message out how I wanted to, so let's get into it. So the first card that came out was my true colors have been revealed. So this is definitely someone who did you dirty. This is someone whose intentions weren't what they said. They probably tried to manipulate you. They were probably a compulsive liar. That's kind of the energy. Is like you see right through them now. You see who they are at their core. The next card we had was I dream of you often. So you are in this person's dream state, and I do think that it is a constant reminder for them of what they did to you. Like sometimes I feel like karma for people who did others dirty is to constantly be reminded of what the fuck they did, so it can really, penetrate the heart. We have our love is deeper than anything I've experienced. So they do see the value in your love now and your connection, and they do know that they're not going to find this in just anyone. You are one of a kind, and the love and the bond that you shared was one of a kind. Clarifying, my true colors have been revealed. We have I'm putting in the internal work. It says I'm attempting to. So they are attempting to get better and to take accountability for their actions and their intentions and their values and wanting to better themselves and not do this to somebody else. Clarifying, I dream of you often. And yes, I did actually pull these cards. I'm not bullshitting, okay? I'm not here to feed fantasies or delusion. That is not me at all. But it says, I hope you find someone who loves you unconditionally. So I think that them constantly dreaming about you is like really putting it into perspective that you deserve so much better, and that the way that you treated you was such bullshit. Okay, I got chills right now. Clarifying, our love is deeper than anything I've experienced. We have I don't know my worth, so I settle for anything. They thought the grass was greener on the other side. People always want more. They want something better. They're always searching for more. The ego is searching for more, and now they realize that they were searching for fakery. Like it was all fake what they were searching for, and they realized that they lost you in the process. On the top we have I've been humbled by you. So they do feel very humbled by you, and I feel like their perception of you was not true. Their perception of you was completely skewed in delusion. We have I want to protect you. And what I'm getting from this, as this is on my true colors have been revealed, I'm attempting to put in the work. This is giving I want to protect people from me, and I want to protect people like you. Like I don't want to put people through what I put you through is what this is giving. You are the best I have ever had. I can't make this up. I really cannot make this up. You are the best. I'm hearing best I ever had by Drake. I'm not going to put that on this video because, yeah. But if you heard it, you heard it. Okay. Whoa. We have I fantasize about being with you. Yes, and this is on top of I dream of you often, and I hope you find someone who loves you unconditionally. Because all they can do now is fantasize about what shoulda, coulda, woulda, if they would have been a decent person or treated you well, or if they love themselves and were able to provide you with that love. But when people don't love themselves, it's very hard for them to love other people. I don't know if I can be who you deserve. Exactly. And I feel like they are coming to the conclusion that they will never be worthy of your love. And even if you do miss them, they are not worthy of your love because of the type of person that they've been. We have you were my bestest friend. So yeah, they really did see you as one of their bestest friends, yet they did what they did, probably due to, their environment and how they were raised. You have my heart, but you still do have their heart, and maybe you do sometimes think of this person because they're still thinking of you so much. And sometimes 4, 3, 2 on the timer, they will pull on your energy in that way. And just because you're thinking of someone does not mean that means to reach out. And that does not mean that that's a sign from the universe. Because sometimes we are tested to see whether we are who we say we are. And if we say that we love ourselves, then that means that we are only going to be around people who genuinely love us. Period. I had to add that stern talk to someone. Love you. On the top of the deck, you were never too much, I was just too shallow. yeah, this is someone who probably did say that you were too much for them or whatever. And that's always, I just reposted a post today that said, when someone says that you are too much, that is code for you shine too bright and I can't handle it because I don't have it within myself. So, yes, it's a them issue. Let's get a couple more cards. Let's get one more card and then we'll get some tarot and close it out. How is that past lover feeling about the viewer? I never meant to hurt you. I had no self-awareness. Like I said, sometimes people do things without even fully understanding like the impact that it has on other people just because they're so selfish and so unaware. Like no social awareness, nothing like that. That's what this is really giving me. Is like they just didn't even, I mean, they knew that they were destructive towards themselves, but they just didn't even consider like your feelings first. On the top, I wish things went differently. So yeah, they're in heavy regret, and that's part of people's karma, is that they have to live with that regret for the rest of their lives because that's what they deserve, you know? And they had their chance with you, and this is just giving me the energy of like, you love in bunches and this person loves in bits, right? So if you want to be with someone who loves in bits and be unfulfilled with that and just get a little sprinkle every so often, then go ahead if that's what you want, but that's not what you deserve. You deserve someone who loves in bunches too. Okay, so how else does the past lover feel about my viewer currently? The moon, dreams. Look at it. It says grandmothers, planting the dreams. The moon is all about dreams. So maybe you dream of this person. They're clearly dreaming of you, 654 on the timer, the Ace of Cups. Yeah, they're dreaming of your love. And I feel like they feel very loved by you in the dream state. Harvest Lodge of Stones. Yeah. Yeah, it's like they're wishing that they could give you the world. They wish that they could provide for you. They wish that they could have been, you know, the person that you could rely on. The person that you knew was there all along, kind of energy, the devil, but instead they were a trickster and they were taking things and they were taking instead of giving, you know, and that's what happens when people are leeches and mooches and energy vampires. Let's get one more card and then we'll get your advice. The Nine of Pipes. Yeah, they definitely have you up on a pedestal. Here we have this eagle up there. You guys went through a lot. I can tell that you guys went through a lot, and this was someone who was very triggering for you. I said he, so maybe it's a he, but they were very triggering, and like very defensive all the time, and I just feel like they look to you as like an inspiration now because they know that you had a higher vision of this relationship all along. Bottom of the deck, the Ten of Pipes. Yeah, and they know that they overburdened you and they don't want to overburden you anymore. Let's get your advice. What is the viewer's advice on this relationship? The Apprentice of Bulls. You're being asked to forgive. You're being asked to forgive for yourself, to set yourself free from that energy and that shame of what happened with them, and free your heart and mind from it and clear your conscience because it's not your fault what happened. And forgiveness is for you and not for them. Forgiving does not mean to allow that person back into your life. This means forgiving them so you can move on, and so you aren't continuing to poison yourself with the resentment that you have towards them. 10 of Stones, and that's ultimately what's going to give you that happy family, happy life, happy marriage, and the prosperity, 9/11 on the timer, that you deserve. So thank you so much for being here. If this reading resonated, please like, comment, share, and follow. And if you're interested in booking a personal reading, following my socials, checking out my longer readings on YouTube, or donating, the link is in my bio. I'll see you next time.